Welcome to the Nate and Dorin podcast. We are professional videographers based in Vancouver, Canada, and we're here to talk about relevant topics within the video and media industry. I'm Nate, and I run Nate Dixon Media.
And I'm Dorin, the videographer, solo entrepreneur offering video production services. And this is episode 13.5 because last episode was huge and long. We didn't want to add this to the end of that, but because it's tied together, this is just a continuation. So if you didn't see the previous episode, we talked about how much is a videographer worth. So definitely check that out and then watch this, because this is a very practical kind of example of some gigs that you might encounter on Craiglist. I've gathered them in the last 3 years, and I call them joke posts. I picked like the most ridiculous ones, and we're gonna dissect them, and hopefully it'll help out someone starting out to kind of recognize some red flags or be aware of certain implications with certain wordings from certain people. So my screen is shared. Nate, you are seeing this, correct?
Yes, I am, Dorin.
All right. Please ignore the activate windows that is here. My motherboard died, and I am waiting for a new case and a new SSD to come and install the OS again. So I will activate Windows when that happens.
Oh, good.
Disclaimer, yes. Otherwise, Nate would have quit already. Sheesh. All right, let me just zoom this in to the point where it doesn't get cut off on stream, but we can see it in here. I kind of gave a little name for these when I first got an impression from it. So this one's called Zero Experience Entry Level. And I'll read off this first one. How can you read the text well, Nate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll read off this first one. You can do the next one.
Sure.
So, want a collab? Need filmer plus talent for YouTube channel. I'm a digital content creator and I have a few YouTube channels, but have mainly used them to host videos on my portfolio website, and there it is. Looking to finally make the jump and start creating content for YouTube, and would like to find someone to record video with me, and also looking for a few people to appear on camera or someone who can do both. If you're interested in collaborating and promoting each other's channels, that would be great. Or if you're looking for experience, also great, and maybe we can work together over several months or years. Or if you're looking for $20 per hour, then maybe I can just hire you for a few hours to hold my camera and film interviews outdoors and help me get some momentum. No experience necessary. Please send links to your social media website or give me something to gauge who you are and what you're about. Thanks. So, what do you think, Nate? Does anything stand out to you?
Well, I'd love to hear why exactly you screenshotted this.
So, are you saying there's nothing wrong here?
Well, I just wanna see,
Okay,
like,
I'll
is he
start it off.
offering the salary as like an option? Like, oh, maybe if you're looking
Right.
for money, then I guess I could pay you for a few hours, but I want you to, you know, be with me every day making content together. Like,
Yeah. So, sure, I'll go through kind of what I was thinking when I was reading this, and the issue I have with it. Let me just get the zoom there. So I'm a digital content creator and I have a few YouTube channels. For me, that's setting the stage like, hey, I'm producing stuff. So this is not somebody that's just starting. It sounds like, okay, they have experience. They already have a few YouTube channels. This guy's a content creator, so I have a high expectation at this point. But have mainly used them to host videos on my portfolio website. I can't even remember if I checked it at this point, because I think after a few red flags, I like didn't even bother. Looking to finally make the jump and start creating content for YouTube. What are the other few YouTube channels about? Like here, people, and I might be dissecting this and looking into this way too much, but because I see these often and I talk with a few videographers and ask them what they think about certain gigs, and certain gigs, some other videographers have confirmed, like, oh yeah, I looked at that and this is why I have a problem with that. I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. A common tactic that people do is they try to fluff themselves up and appear very important to impress you, but then they let you down with how crappy they actually are. So the first and second statements are kind of opposing each other. I'm a digital content creator He's a content creator and he has a few YouTube channels. I'm finally looking to make the jump and start creating content. Like, excuse me? What? You're
Mm,
lying. Like, at this point, I think I'm like, screenshot.
mm,
Content for YouTube and would like to find someone to record a video with me. How are you producing content for your other channels? Is a question I would ask this person. And also looking for a few
mm,
people to appear on camera or someone who can do both. So either this is very elaborate and you're not doing this on the other channels, or you're just the idea person and it doesn't sound like you're creating content, but this is not about you and you're not on camera and you're not doing the work. Sorry, how are you a digital content creator? I didn't catch that. So that's kind of my thought
mm,
process on that first paragraph. Second paragraph, if you're interested in collabing and promoting each other's channels, there's another keyword for you. They're trying to give you perceived value by saying, we're going to collab and I'm going to promote your channel. I don't care about you promoting my channel if you're a nobody. That's not going to help me.
mm,
So that's a perceived value of like, oh, I'm going to get exposure. I'm going to get promoted by somebody. Like, it's somebody that either has YouTube channels or doesn't and is just jumping and starting to create. Like, there's no value there. There's
mm.
no immediate value. So this is an empty promise. If you're interested in collabing, that would be great. Or if you're looking for experience. So he's looking for someone that doesn't have experience.
Mhm.
Um, Also great. And maybe we can work together over several months or years. So again, here they're combining the two. They're clearly saying, I don't want a professional. I want someone that is maybe looking for experience. So you're already expecting, like, okay, this guy's not going to pay well.
Mhm.
And then they try and appeal to you. They wiggle this little bait of, like, we're going to work together over several months or years. Empty promise. No way they can guarantee that. They're just starting means they could also just finish as soon as they start, because they might be like, yeah, it didn't work out. So this is an empty promise.
Well,
Or,
he's not promising it. He's saying maybe we can work together.
yes, but when you
So,
read that, the whole point of that there is to get your hopes up, like, oh, dude, I would love to land something that is consistent, right? That's what you're
mm,
thinking when you're starting as a beginning videographer. Um, at least that's what my thought process is. And then he actually goes full sincere, like, okay, or if you're looking for 20 bucks per hour, then maybe I can just hire you for a few hours to hold my camera and film interviews outdoors and help me get some momentum. So that's the only sentence that I fully respect from this thing, and that's everything could have been completely erased and only that sentence be there. Like, I'm looking to pay you 20 bucks an hour so I can hire you for a few hours to hold my camera and film interviews. That's the only relevant information there. Everything else is kind of worded in a way to get you interested, but if, like, is that going to pay your bills?
yeah, that could be
Like,
something that would be a time
like
sink.
like
You're saying.
I'm not saying he's flat out lying,
Mhm.
but it is so impossible to guarantee this that it's like it's creating an illusion in your head. So it's kind of manipulative, if lying is not the right word. It's a business tactic. It's a smooth talker. And that's something I've learned in the last 3 years, is to identify smooth talkers and be like, whoa, like, let's cut to the chase here. What are you
Mhm.
actually offering that's actually tangible? No experience necessary, then, and off by saying no experience necessary. So again, 20 bucks an hour for no experience necessary is actually really good. Please send links to your social media website or give me something to gauge who you are and what you're about. And that's again really open in, like, no experience, but show me what you anything. So that's not
Mhm.
setting a high standard of no experience, but you must have a portfolio. Instead, it's like, well, show me your social media. So
Mhm.
that's like, some aspects are kind of like a little red flag for me, because, like, if and again, I'm also talking a bit from experience, because I've had clients that would do this sweet talking and beef stuff up, like, dude, you're doing an awesome job. I really love the video, and we're gonna collab, and we're gonna do so much work together. Every single time,
Mm.
including like small businesses. And this is not just individual people, like small businesses that are like, "Oh, bro, I love your work. It's a pleasure working with you." And they just like gain your confidence, and they gain your they make you content if there's an issue with, like, if you've had discussions or they're about to ask you like, could you do this extra thing for me? They've already made you content to the point where you're gonna just say like, yeah, of course I'm gonna do it for you, buddy. We're gonna be working together. And there's nothing legally obligating them to do that to you. So it's a business tactic, and I've learned to like catch it a little bit.
Mm.
So that's kind of my take with this kind of stuff, and that's what this video is kind of be about. There's some that are way more obvious than this one. This one's kind of subtle.
Hmm.
Um, but what are your frank impressions? Am I like blowing this out of proportions, or can you kind of see this since you've had 3 months of kind of like dealing with, looking at gigs and dealing with people?
I'd say even the fact that he actually gives an hourly rate instantly elevates it from just like a regular collab. He's
Mm-hmm.
not just offering exposure. He's saying, you know what, we could work something out where you get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and at least he's upfront that he's just starting. It is a little odd that he calls himself a digital content creator when he still hasn't started creating content for his YouTube. But I think he's pretty upfront with the fact that he's just starting out and he's looking for someone with no experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it might not lead to much, but maybe I would check out the guy's website, see what kind of content he wants to create. And if you have absolutely zero skill, maybe it would be something worth looking into.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, depending on your
Yeah.
financial situation. Also, another thing that I didn't notice and I re-noticed now, the or here. That means his previous statement is one scenario or the second scenario. So that means if you're interested in collabing, I'm pretty sure that means, and promoting each other's channels, I think it's going to be less than 20 bucks an hour. Because
Value. Oh, yeah.
because that says, or if you're looking for experience, like, hey, I'm offering you experience, which is again like, I can get my own experience by doing my own YouTube channel. Like, also
Yeah.
great, we made work together over several months or years. So the months or years you're going to associate with 20 bucks an hour. No, that's, or if you're just looking to make 20 bucks an hour, I'll hire you for a few hours. So that's kind of setting like you see, you were getting an appreciation for 20 bucks an hour, but if you go for that, he's going to use you for a few hours and that's it.
Hmm.
Because he's
Yeah.
like, the actual intent here is he wants someone to collab with and that'll do stuff for free with him, kind of, or to build the experience and build a portfolio. But again, what portfolio can you build with a YouTube content creator? What are you going to be aiming for? Are you going to impress a corporate client with that? Or is that going to add to your wedding demo reel? You know what I mean? So, like,
Mm.
who would really do this is my question. Maybe someone that has a full-time job and wants to expand their portfolio in their free time. I think that would be the perfect person to do this. But someone that's just started doing full-time freelance, I can't see why you would do this other than the 20 bucks per hour for a few hours. That's the only
Hmm.
scenario in which I would have done this at the beginning.
Hmm. Fair enough. Yeah.
And there's no yeah, like I assume he has his own camera and you're going to be using it since he has a few YouTube channels.
Yeah. He says, "Hold my camera." Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's one of them. All right, let's move to the next one. Oh, I need to zoom out to do that. Looking for camera person, and I entitled this "YouTube Pays Poor." So I want you to read this. Let me just
Okay.
make it
Sure.
visible for the, because there's a crop here for the
Okay.
this. Yeah.
All right. Looking for a camera person. Hi, we're in the process of looking for a person to run camera for a YouTube channel that will be launching soon. This project is being produced, directed, and hosted by two guys. Between us, we own a basic level of camera equipment, mic, tripod, as well as the knowledge and tools to edit on Photoshop and Premiere Pro. We've already shot and edited the intro and the first episode. It doesn't matter how much experience you have, we'd love to hear from you. Please include in your application a link to your work if you have any. Ideal candidate has some experience with running a DSLR camera. We have a Canon 6D, some experience with video editing, a fun yet professional personality, and any YouTube experience as a video uploader, LOL, is a plus. We offer free lunch or dinner, an honorarium, and lots of fun. Stay creative.
Yeah, compensation honorarium. So what are your what are your thoughts on that? I saw you had an allergic reaction to it, so that's a good
Oh
first
boy.
indicator.
Well,
Just
the
messing with
first thing the first thing that jumped out to me is we have a Canon 6D. That camera is terrible for video. I know because I had one for photo and I tried using it for
they
video.
they do say basic level of camera equipment. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't kidding. That thing can't even autofocus in video mode. It's just brutal. Um, yeah, I'd be curious. Yeah, they're launching soon, so this thing doesn't even exist. What the heck is an honorarium? And
Oh,
I guess a free lunch.
you haven't heard of
And
honorarium before?
I've heard of it, but like, what does it mean?
Honorarium means it's like a fixed uh per this project thing you're getting, and it's very small, like $50 or something. Like an honorarium is like just so you don't say that you're volunteer or doing it for free. It's like
Mm,
we'll give you an honorarium of like $50 or $100. Those are really good honorariums. Usually they're like 30 or $50, and a free lunch dinner and lots of fun.
mm.
So again, using fun as payment is just, please don't do this if you're a professional full-time freelancer. Fun
Uh,
is something I've asked videographers, when do you do something for fun or volunteer? It's like if I have free time and I'm already well off and it's something I'm interested in. That was the only scenario of a professional would do something for fun or because it's an a common interest. But
mhm,
yeah, but the thing is for me, because I'm able to switch back to my mentality from 3 years ago and looking at this and having just starting free time, full time freelance and not having any work, I would look at this and be like seeing just value. Like, dude, like, oh man, like they're fluffing themselves up a little bit. They're being honest too, like basic level of this and this, but you know what? We have knowledge, we're doing the editing. We've already shot and edited stuff, so this is to counterbalance the. We're in the process of. We'll be launching this soon. Oh, we've already shot the intro and the first episode. This thing's running. That's the subliminal that's being
mm,
told here. It's great that they're honest about. We don't need you to have experience. We'd love to hear from you. Include anything if you have. They do have an ideal candidate, which is also great to know. But again, let's look at their ideal candidate. So imagine you have experience with DSLRs. You have
mm,
experience with video editing, although they just said they do their own video editing. So
mm,
they would expect you to do video editing as well.
mm.
A fun yet professional personality. That almost sounds like you need to be in front of camera? Why do they need you to be a fun yet professional? Like have they had bad experiences in the past? Like this is a little orange flag for me. Like why do you need to add this here? Any YouTube experience as a video uploader, you're gonna have to upload their video for them. So you're not just a camera person. That was
Mm.
that was like, oh, it's this simple thing. Oh, we expect four things from you, and we're gonna give you a lunch and an honorarium, and it's gonna be fun because you are a fun person. So that's why I'm like, who would seriously take this seriously? This is
Mm.
like I imagine this like if this was a Craigslist for friends and all your 14-year-old friends is like, "Hey, this weekend we're going to Johnny's place and we need someone to operate the camera, which is our cell phone or something, you know what I mean? Or our point and shoot, our mom's point and shoot." Like this is more of the equivalent of what I see. Oh,
Mm.
yeah, Johnny's mom's going to bring pizza by the way. Yeah. Like, as a full-time freelancer, would you entertain this for a split second?
No.
Okay, so that's why I call it a joke post, because it's put under gigs. This is not under community, or this is under paid gig section because they're giving an honorarium.
Mm.
So that's why I'm like, okay, well, this does not appeal to anybody in paid gigs, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know how they made out there,
Yeah,
whether or not they just set the camera on a tripod
yeah.
or they actually have someone to click record
Who knows,
and have
man.
fun.
All right, this one's a longer one. Let me see.
Oof.
What did I name this one? You are pro and we are not sure if we can give you work. Okay. So I'll quickly skip through this. Why can I not zoom in on this one? Oh, okay. The thing is grayed out, but if I double click, it works.
Okay.
Compensation depends on the service and the job. We provide competitive rates and bonuses. Um, so they're looking for either a DJ, photographer, or videographer. We have lots of work available very soon. We're building up our team.
Hmm.
So here's the red flags. We will have lots of work very soon means they don't. They're anticipating having it. They don't. Otherwise, they would say we have a lot of projects. We need help. And we're
Mm.
building up our team. That means they don't have a team. You're going to be dealing with people that it's their first time dealing with this stuff too. So you're not going to have any coherent structure. This is my expectation. You could be one of them. This is trying to hype you up. You could be part of a team. You could be
Hmm.
part of this thing that hasn't even started and doesn't even have a team yet. Most of our 2020 events have moved to 2021, which nullifies the, oh, we're going to have lots of stuff. Like, yeah, I bet you said that for
It's all unknown.
2022, huh?
Yeah. And we,
And we expect many of our clients to add more services in the coming months. Like, oh boy, you don't have a guarantee of that. You expect it. I'm sorry, but this is like high risk, high reward territory for me. Here are some things we're looking for: professional, reliable, trustworthy, experienced professionals. We're also happy to provide training for those who need your own equipment, accept bookings up to a year in advance, and commit to fulfilling them when we can't commit to keeping them.
yeah, you don't even know when it's going to get delayed, but you need to keep that a year in advance.
Yeah,
Okay.
when they're expecting stuff in the next months, like they don't have next month booked.
Mm.
Understandably COVID, but be sincere about it. Don't be giving all this hype and empty promises or empty like we're gonna have work soon. Like no, like yeah, if you say you expect, that's more honest than saying we're gonna have. Like you're
Mm.
not gonna have. You can't guarantee that to me. About
Mm.
us: award winning and professional, 5-star, provide competitive training, lots of opportunity for work. Mm, although we primarily service weddings, we also do lots of events. Okay, that's interesting. Bonus paid for excellent results. That's vague, but what does excellent result mean? Is it going beyond what you currently have, or is it achieving the standard that you've set? Which, if you say you're award winning, then you are excellent, right? It's
Mm.
that interesting conversation there. We care about our team members and your experience. Interested? Please send us email with the following information: this, what services you're interested, what experience, what equipment you have, what is your availability, and if you can commit as far as a year in advance. So at this
Mm.
point, this looks like a serious thing, but I think they're overshooting or they're trying to cope with COVID and there's not much guarantee here. What I would discuss at this point with these guys is the red flag that you need to explore is okay, you want professional and you want commitment. I need commitment too. You have to give me an advance payment in order for me to commit. If you can't advance pay me, I'm not committing a year in advance because most likely they're going to make you sign a contract. So that's the
Mm.
only thing that I'm like you are pro and we're not sure if we can give you work. That's the feeling I got after reading this.
It's also funny how they say, proper grammar, attention to detail will get priority. And then the last sentence says, I'm looking forward to hear from you instead of from you. Maybe that's a built in Easter egg that they want you to catch to show your attention to detail.
Oh man. Oh, good one, Nate. Nate's always
Yeah.
been good at this kind of stuff, man. Ugh. All right, next one. All right, short and sweet. You do this one. Let me beef it up. All right. And
All right.
my caption for this was worthless tool. So go ahead and read.
Okay. Camera, Vancouver. Hello, looking to film an indie project. Looking for a volunteer camera operator with gear. Email for more details.
You're a camera
Yeah.
operator. You've got gear. This is volunteer. This is an indie project. Indie project has a rougher budget, but straight up volunteer is just, I don't know. Again, unless you're like, you have nothing to do in your spare time, you have no like friends or family or commitments, and you're like, I'm bored this weekend and I'm tired of gaming or something. I don't know. That's the only scenario I would like do a volunteer camera operator with my gear for an indie project. Because an indie project is not just something that's like amateur.
I'd want to see. The only thing I might ask more about is hear what the project actually is and what like the idea is, and read the script if they have one. And if it sounds maybe really interesting, then I might consider it. But
As a full time freelancer,
yeah, like if I was really
you would
interested in the
volunteer
script
for
and
an
they
indie
had like
project if it was cool enough.
if it was cool enough and they actually had like a schedule and a plan, and they said, we'll need you for this week or something like that, maybe I'd consider it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I guess if I would have no like work to do and I had the free time and I didn't have responsibilities, I might be looking into that. But when I went full time freelance, I was married with a kid on the way, and my priority was like making money. So like
mhm.
this is not a complete joke post, but it's very low value to me because this is also not the target um videography specialization that I want to go into. I don't want to go into indie projects. So there is
Yeah,
that subjective devaluing because of I have no interest in this. But assuming I would be interested in indie projects, yeah, that would give it more value.
hmm
All right. Next one. I'll do this one. Yeah, I'll put it there. So I named this Wedding for 2K a month. Compensation says 20 per hour sec as a second shooter, 30 per hour as a first shooter contract. So these guys are, yeah. Hi, we're a laid back and passionate wedding video company looking for a DSLR video shooter, shooters who would love to film weddings. We weddings this year. We weddings this year that are around 25 hours per week. This is between now to October. I don't know when this was, probably early spring, with a few weeks off here and there. First big red flag. Like, they're laid back and passionate, and they're trying to say, like, oh, look how many hours per week for this one wedding, and we have until October. We have weeks off here and there. That means they're not going to give you that much consistent work as much as like somebody that's like, I'm gonna need you every weekend for wedding season. Like again, if money and consistency would be your number one priority, these guys would fall below on the list of things you would apply for. Like I'd rather find a wedding company that's hiring me for an entire season that's fully booked. And this one I know was pre-COVID.
hmm
We look for a love for cinema and photo, a couple of years experience working with DSLR and an online portfolio. We provide the video and photo equipment. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's not using your equipment, it's theirs. If you can't shoot weekday evening events from 6 to 10 p.m., please do not reply as every wedding has at least one. That's an interesting, like, I've had some weddings where they do it on a Friday or something, but most of them are weekends, but they want weekday evening events. Who
hmm
knows? Maybe they're Indian ones. You must own a car or use a car to go, as we don't allow our gear on transit. Fully respectable. We pay 20 per hour for second shooter, 30 per hour for lead shooter. Here is where I think they are underpaying because 20 per hour, it's not your gear and your second shooter, but they do require a couple of years of experience. So you're not a student fresh out of school for 20 an hour. You're an experienced guy with 2-3 years and a passion for video. So would you value yourself at 28 per hour.
That's really low.
Yeah,
And also, it says, it's showing you the lead shooter rate, but at the end it says, if you have fun and perform well, we'll discuss possible promotion to lead shooter. So, like
right.
the first year, you're not even lead shooter.
Exactly.
Not every wedding they book is going to have a second shooter.
That's also a good point. Very well done, Nate. See, there you go. Like, there's certain things that you have to pick up on just so you have a realistic expectation of how the conversation is gonna go. Because I've had so many like gigs that I've in my first year that I've applied to or contacted, and I was
Hmm.
super let down really fast because they're like, "Well, we're aiming for this." Actually, I'm like, "Oh, I didn't get that vibe when I first read your thing," and then I'm like rereading, and I'm like, "Son of a gun! I should have saw it coming."
Mm.
This year won't be as busy, but next year will be more busy to see this year as a practice warm up year. That means they're just starting out.
Or they don't want you to set your hopes on 25 hours a week, especially starting as a second shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So 25
that's,
hours a week is maybe for the lead. So yeah,
yeah.
like there you go. Like okay, so don't get your hopes too high, and this is the realistic expectation you can have from this. Um, yeah. So and basically, I rounded it up to wedding for 2K a month. So it's like okay, if you want to be a full time wedding person with these guys and what they're promising, you're gonna make 2,000 a month. Is that enough to pay the bills?
Well, and then you have to have a car, but they don't mention anything about covering your travel or gas costs.
Right.
So that's going to be deducted,
Yeah.
obviously,
So
from your
that
profits.
would be again like before you say yes, you would have to inquire on all of. You have to anticipate like what are all the costs
Yep.
and what does 25 hours per week mean? How long is the actual wedding day? Is it a 12-hour wedding day? Because you need to know that, or
Yeah.
is it spread across 3 or 4 days? So
Mm.
yeah, interesting. Next one. This one's a big one. This is part two. That's part one. Um, let's just skip over that one. I'll
Yeah.
get you to this one. Um,
Okay. Volunteer camera operator wanted for music video serial killer. This will be a hip hop music video about fictional serial killers, including Joker and Harley Quinn. The shooting will take place in Vancouver, mostly Granville Street, Gastown, and a private residence in Vancouver. I'll be using Premiere Pro to edit the video, but I'm still in search of a camera operator with equipment. This will be an excellent way to display your skills, and I'm open to having you help with the editing to help with making your work look better. So he doesn't have confidence in his ability to make your work look better.
there's two ways to
Uh,
read into that. So that's the way you read into it. I read that as so I will be using Premiere Pro to edit, but I'm still in search of a camera operator. This will be an excellent way to display your skill, but I'm open to having you help with the editing to help with making your work look better.
mm,
So the thing that makes me think of a different interpretation of that is he's saying this will be an excellent way to display your skills. So this is how you're gonna display your camera operating skills, and I'm open to having you help with the editing, comma it should be, so that I can help with making your work look better. Like if you do the edit, you can get credit for the edit, but I'm the one editing, but you can help. That's how I'm reading into that. Otherwise, he should have just simply stated like if you can help with editing, I'd appreciate it. Like he made it so wordy that it's like, is he saying that because he's gonna make your work look better, like mine, or I'm gonna help him, but my work looks better? Well, like it doesn't. I don't. What is it? What does this person want?
I'd love to also, maybe hear the song to hear if it's actually good or not. It's a hip hop
Yeah,
music video. He doesn't say the artist, but is it just him? He's making it
I
himself, I'm
mean
guessing.
it's a no pay music video camera operator. It's a volunteer. It's hip hop. He's giving you the setting. At least what he's doing here, or what he's not doing that I've seen other music video volunteer gigs do, is overhype like, oh dude, upcoming artist, like already like about to sign some label contract thing that we totally made up. has like thousand. He's an influencer too, by the way. Like huge following. He'll do a shout out for you. Credits, bro. Like
Mm.
massive opportunity. Like when I hear those words, massive opportunity, I think massive. Keep it dung. Again, because like my view was like, no, gotta pay the bills first, then I can do volunteer stuff. Unless I already have like a 9 to 5 job and this is the weekend and I want to do this kind of stuff, then that would excite me. But other than that, like, I'm not sure if this person needs help with video editing or if they're willing to let you video edit so that you can take credit for the video edit for yourself. In which case, that's nice, I guess. Oh, but overall, like, meh.
It just seems like there's no clear vision
Yeah,
and no plan, and that's going to suck so much of your time. Even if you're passionate about, the concept, it's going to take so much time to help him plan everything and the shot list, and yeah.
I need you to read this one. This one's hilarious.
Ooh, okay.
So I entitled this Valentine's Day Loser. Please read.
All right. Videographer needed for Valentine's Day extravaganza. My best friend and I are planning an elaborate bit for Valentine's Day where we go to a Red Robin, that's a restaurant here,
Yeah.
pretend to get engaged, fake an intense relationship ending fight, and go see the Sonic the Hedgehog movie premiere in full formal regalia. We would like someone to film this endeavor so it can be immortalized through the eyes of a camera. We are both risking our respective romantic relationships for this active performance art. We hope you will join. Oh gosh. Skills required video camera. Literally any level of talent. We do not need you to edit this. We just want the raw footage. Obviously, you need to have no plans on Valentine's Day. If so, sorry about that. Being stupid enough to think this is funny would also be a plus.
Valentine's Day Loser. That's the impression I got from this. Um, Compensation. $30 and dinner. Sorry, we have no money. We're really depending on you not having anything better to do.
This is awesome. They are so upfront about it and they give you the whole plan that they're
Yeah.
doing.
But
That's great.
but they're literally saying like but like I literally understand that if I accept this, I'm a loser. I'm a loser because I have no plans on Valentine's Day. I'm a loser because like I'm just getting dinner, and I'm a loser because like I'm participating in something that I think is stupid. It's hilarious, but again, like unless I was 14 and I'm like, oh, this would be funny. Like this. What do you mean you're both risking your romantic relationships? That does not seem smart. If it's fake, why not let your significant other know? Well, like, why hide this? How is that gonna? Are you pranking them? I
Yeah,
don't.
maybe they're pranking them or something. I don't know.
They're
I,
gonna
I
go
love
to Red Robin, fake an intense hedgehog movie, someone to film
the.
this. Skills required video camera. Having a video camera is not a skill. Operating it is a skill, but having it isn't a skill. Like what skills qualify you? I got a video camera. I'm the right man for the job.
It's not really a portfolio piece filming this, so yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
really have any value.
like 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 uh, I don't know. Valentine's Day loser. Like this is in paid gigs because it's $30 and dinner. So it's like, oh, finally something posted on Craigslist for paid gigs for Vancouver. Oh, it's this crap. Uh, uh, YouTube 40. Let me quickly do this one. All right, wanted YouTube video editor. Hey, I'm a tiny gal with big ideas, and I'm launching my YouTube channel. Oh boy, sound familiar? Okay, I need someone who has Final Cut Pro and is good at editing. So I don't need someone that doesn't have experience. I need someone good at editing. Think style of popular big YouTubers with complex, high quality editing styles.
Hmm.
Look them up. You need to look them up. You need to match
I'll
this.
give you links. Yeah.
I'll give you detailed instructions, and it would be ideal if we can meet up and work on it together. Compensation $40 for every video until I start making more, then so will you. Empty promise again.
Hmm.
First of all, there's no way they're going to disclose when they start making money. You can try and spy on them and see, like, okay, they finally have 10,000 views and I see the AdSense working. Math, I deserve $5. Like, projects that are like, when I start making money, that's when I pay you. I'm sorry. I'm not interested in that. I know
Hmm.
some indie films are like that, but at least those are properly planned and executed with professional actors, and like it's a difference between amateur and properly staged. $40 for every video. If you go to these people's channels and you look at their videos, they're not 5-minute videos. They're 30-minute videos, vlogging style, following them throughout the day, and the edit's gonna take more than half hour, which is what $40 would be worth to me. But she's a tiny gal with big ideas, so she's going for the cutesy factor. She's a tiny gal. She's got big ideas. She's launching a YouTube channel, and she wants to be like this gal. It's like, never, never would I entertain this. In paid gigs, though, $40 paid gig.
Yeah, for a half-hour video, and I guess she doesn't. You don't have to film it. She'll give you the footage, but she wants you to meet up and work on it together. So that's going to
Oh,
be
okay.
one of her place. So you're not actually filming it at least,
Right.
but she doesn't
Okay.
want you to be there the whole time looking over
Okay.
your shoulder to direct it.
Yeah, so you're right. Just good at editing. Who knows? Maybe if she like films a whole bunch but gives you like, okay, here's the good clips, then yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's the only way I could see that one working.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, for let's say she does a video per week, another $40 per week for, if you have nothing else to do, like why not? Because like let's say she does become a big YouTuber, then you could be her permanent editor, So this could be something that could lead into something else, but it's another thing that you have to kind of weigh in at the beginning. Do you want to have a lot of low paying projects and you keep yourself busy with dealing with 20 different clients in a week for quick like 1 hour projects? Or is it much easier to have one corporate client that pays 2,000 a week and next week you have a different corporate client and you have four of those in a month? In my experience, that is more appealing to me, and that's why I went the corporate route. Because I'd rather have one big paying client that has high expectations and I need to have proper gear for, but I don't have to look for YouTubers that are willing to pay me $40 and get like 20 of them in a month.
Yeah, as soon as you see launching and YouTube in the same sentence, you know it's going to be a grind for them and for you.
And it's something that could at any time just pull pull out.
Yeah, so that avoid those definitely.
If yeah, again, depends what you want to do.
Edit your own YouTube videos. Why put in all that work in building someone else's channel if they're starting from scratch?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get paid if I ever make money. Sounds like exactly in the same theme. Um, Here you can do this one.
Okay, videography project. Seeking experienced female videographer for recording approximately 60 hours of hands-on bodywork training for phase one. Second phase of 60 hours TBD includes post-production and upload experience capacity for online learning. Weekend filming schedule starting immediately in North Surrey, BC. Interest in natural healing therapies an asset. Payment from first revenues of the course. Oh, so please contact
Blah blah blah
Jay's
blah blah. Yeah.
blah blah blah.
With your resume and suggested fees, compensation, payment from
Payment.
first revenues of the course. Please send your resume. Okay, same thing. So I've seen a few of these. It's like I'm gonna do this course that I want you to invest in for me with your time and gear and experience, and they're not going to invest in their course first. That's the issue I have with this.
Yeah.
Like a course has a higher probability of getting paid for and that person making money. But again, how do you keep track of that? How do you know they're being honest? Maybe after they send they sell 10, then they'll be like, "Oh, I finally sold my first one. Here's your cut." Like how
60 hours. That's nuts. Like
six,
how much time they want
60
you to invest.
hours weekend immediately, female, experienced.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what
including
hands-on
post
audio.
production. So if 60 hours is the recording, how much post production? Like if you were to quote this, this would be several $1,000s worth. Like, and then you think like, okay, how many courses does she have to sell, and what cut does she have to give me to even pay that? And
Mm,
payment from first revenues of the course. What does that mean? Like, let's say you
yeah,
estimate like,
okay.
okay, my total cost for this is 4,500. Is her course selling for that much, or is her course selling for $300? Because payment, the first course is not going to cover payment. So is she going to perpetually give you a cut of the course over time, or are you going to have an agreement of, okay, this is how much you owe me. Let's hope you sell those courses as fast as possible to pay me that. You know, like this is not clear. The only thing is like payment from first revenues. What does that mean? There's no
Yeah.
guarantee. There's no discussion. There's so much work involved here. Does she hope to get 60 hours of filming plus post production plus capacity of online uh, uploading for her? Like she's not doing even the uploading or hosting of this. Like
Yeah.
zero effort. Like I know what I want to do. You do everything else, and if I make money, I pay you. That just like, please don't do this to yourself. I just see these people as very opportunistic, and I just feel bad for the people that end up doing this. And imagine doing all of this work and not hearing anything back for months. What do? Get a lawyer and sue her and try and figure out how much money she made? You don't have the money to do that. Like, you can easily get ripped off, is my point.
Hmm.
Uh, anyway,
Do you
well,
want to do one more?
yeah, yeah, we'll do, yeah, this 30-minute turned into a 1 hour. Sorry, Nate, but do you see, like, do you see the point of us doing this? Like, do you see how, like, someone starting out and not knowing how to read these might fall for some of these? And, like, imagine starting out in the first few months, you do a few of these volunteer, and oh, when I make money, you get paid. And 5 months later, you've got zilch to show on your portfolio and in your bank account. How depressed would you be?
Yeah, there's a big difference between these posts and actually, working with real clients or doing an internship with a real client that's going to get you valuable relationships, not these people just starting up their YouTube channel. It's like there's nothing guaranteed. There's no history that you can look back on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very low chance of it turning into anything valuable for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With this one, I want to hit a very interesting point because these guys are very upfront about something, but something is bugging me about this one, and that's why I screenshotted it. We, Bushido, whatever, need a videographer for one of school shows held on this date in this place. We're intending to make a short promotional video for the future school shows opportunities. If you're a talented and keen to make a creative video out of a live show, please contact me. We'll provide a lunch and credit. No monetary compensation. So credit just means like
You're in the
the
credits.
20 people that are there. Yeah, either credits in the video for you don't know how many people are going to see this. It's just a school show. So it's going to play once and that's it. They're not going to credit you in every one since then. Um, a lunch. This would involve me taking a ferry and driving there. So like for one lunch and one portfolio piece of a school, which might not be anything interesting. But here's the issue that I have with it. These some people do this. They're looking for talented and keen and people that have talent and offer something really good, and those people giving themselves for free. I think you would agree as a professional, if you have talent and you have a creative artistic approach that stands out, that is so valuable. Do not do it for free. Unless it's your first portfolio piece or it's something like we discussed with the other ones, it's something that you would really want to be part of because you really believe in it, or it's like it's a portfolio piece or something. Unless it's
Hmm.
that, do not, like, these people are basically acknowledging like It's for free. We're hoping to snatch a really talented person. We're hoping to get something really valuable for free. That's what they're saying right here. Do
Mm-hmm.
not entertain these. I honestly
No.
wish for these people to not find a talented person, get someone that makes a bunch of mistakes or has really crappy execution, and next year they're like, we're offering $200 for your talent, even if you're a student.
Yeah, it's like they wouldn't approach a catering company or put a post for like, we want you to provide food for everybody. We want someone who can make really good sandwiches, but we're not going to offer anything for it. They would
Mm.
never do that. They're paying for the catering. They're paying for
Yeah.
everything else. Why are they trying to get
No
this
other
other service for
startup
free?
professionals are giving stuff for free like videographers do. Maybe photographers because we're in the same industry. Maybe,
Yeah, graphic designers, maybe like
maybe.
digital media creative
But graphic
things.
designers have such an easier job and they don't need to displace themselves in so much time and so much gear. So it's easier for them, right? But I just wanted to underline this here. Like a lot of these will say looking for experience, really fun, really energetic, really talented. You're really good and we want to validate you for that. But on at the same time you feel valued but you don't because they're not
Hmm.
paying you. So they got something awesome for free and you got
Yep.
zilch.
Hmm.
Um oh, this guy, same thing, realtor. Videographer wanted. I'm a realtor looking for a videographer, filmmaker for upcoming project. This is an entry level position, and the ideal person is looking to build their portfolio and expand their business. So I'm looking for someone that doesn't have any high expectations for pay. This is a non-paid
Mm.
position with the opportunity for paid work. Opportunity for paid work. Not a guarantee. They can just cycle through volunteers. Like they'll keep you for as long as you can entertain free. And after 3 months of like, bro, I've given you 5 videos, how about that paid work? And they'll just be like, I just don't have the budget for it right now. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Can we still continue to do work? No. Okay, I'll put the Craigslist posting back up. And they'll just cycle through people. Long-term work. If you're not like, and this is a realtor, if they're not in a point where they want to invest in their business with a professional, this is a red flag for me. I'm working to expand my portfolio as well, which is why I need to work with someone that can grow with me. Huge red flag. This is not an established realtor.
Mhm.
So okay, entry level, you're admitting that you're entry level to a non-paid position. This is but long-term work has less value to me because you're starting out and I don't know how established you are. And the job will consist of various activities. Videographer wanted. Guess what? The activities are running a weekly live YouTube Facebook show. Bonus points for this.
Oh, bonus points.
Bonus points of what? Because you're not
I can
paying
cash
me.
those in for nothing. Yeah.
Bonus loser points. Creating and editing social media video content, taking video testimonials on site and via online interviews, traveling to offsite location on listing videos. They're not gonna pay for this travel, Nate. If they're not paying you for your work, why would they pay you for your travel? So you have to travel. You have to do a bunch of stuff besides filming and editing for them. You have to do stuff online for them too. You have to run this guy's social media video content. So when he says, "I'm working to expand my portfolio," you think like, bro, you're working up your thing, I'm working up my thing. No, you're working up his thing too. You have to take the video testimonials, you have to create and edit the social media, and you have to run his Facebook show for him. He's not working to expand his portfolio, he's working you to expand it.
Hmm.
You see how different it is when, like, like, I've been so depressed, and that's why I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna make a funny video about these and just like post these, because like, sheesh. This one's a proper sounding one, so if people really want to read it, they'll just pause the video and read this. But this is like an actual proper one. Looking for a drone, stabilizer, and they. Oh, this is the thing I liked about this. I don't mind paying a higher rate if you are what I need. This could be fluff, and it could be like I'll pay you $30 an hour instead of $20 an hour. That might be what he means. So you have to clarify that. But assuming they actually want to respect a professional and hire that, and they'll pay the extra $100, then hopefully that is what happens. Another proper one. Pause this if you want to read it. Grads BC, you actually participated in this, Nate, didn't you?
Yeah, I've worked with them before.
Yeah, so there you go. Here's an example of a proper one. Starts at 25 to 50 an hour, depending on experience and incentive bonuses on performance. Read up on that one. That one can be confirmed literally by Nate. He did it and it was all right. Right?
Yeah, they're very structured. They had specific dates already set for events, so there wasn't that nebulous, oh, there might be some weeks off, but we got some weddings booked and we hope to. It's like they're like,
Mm-hmm.
no, here's the calendar. What can you do? We'll slot you in for those things. They've got that range there that you can kind of count on, and they lay out their outcomes, like their goals, and it's all very clearly structured, so you kind of know what you're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
It's that looking to, hoping to. It's
Yeah.
all laid out for you, so
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely a difference.
Yeah. Yep. Here's another one. Oh, you got an ideal candidate must be an automotive motorsports industry passionate person. Uh, this experience is not a paid opportunity. Currently not a paid opportunity. Will be in the near future. What? No, they're just throwing that in there.
Yeah,
What are the criteria for that? I don't trust them. No, will be. Why is it not now?
learn and grow with us. Yeah, you don't want to work
This
with
one was horrible, Nate. Read this one.
avid camera person looking for interested subjects, seeking subjects to work with, not TFP, but beneficial to you.
Do you know what
That
TFP
sounds
is?
no.
Trade for
What's
print. It's basically like if an upcoming actor and an upcoming photographer want to collab, they'll be like, "Hey, you'll get a headshot and I'll get a portfolio piece, and we're trading like what's the
mm,
value for you for me." This
okay?
person's refusing to even do that. I'm not TFPing, but this is beneficial to you. They're looking for an avid camera person that wants to photograph subjects, but you can't use this person on your portfolio, but this is going to be beneficial to you. Bullcrap. No.
Well, could you add something there?
Um, this person, Instagram style video. We're looking for someone to shoot video footage of singers singing in a studio. We need someone Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, full days. We just need the footage. It's 150 per day for a full day. Would you go film something full day for 150?
And it's probably assuming you take your own gear.
Yeah.
So, and you have to travel to that place. That's going to work out to be not very much.
Yeah. And we're assuming it's a one camera production. Who knows what they're going to ask of you when you get there? Like, oh, you don't have a gimbal? You don't have a microphone? So 150
Yeah.
is literally minimum wage. That's what entitled is like minimum wage. It equates to like, I think 18 or less, just under 18 an hour. Like for my own gear and coming there, like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's a micro thin one. This person's compensating one $10 Starbucks gift card for a 2-3 minute of on camera acting. So that's reasonable. Like literally, you just have to be in front of camera for 2-3 minutes lifting a box. But this is for a um for a corporate video. So like this business hire send this employee and he can only pay a $10 Starbucks. Like it just doesn't make sense for me. Like the time it takes me to get to your place is not worth the $10. I don't know. Let's end off with one that's messed up. I want you to read this, and I want you to be as serious as possible while reading this, because
All
it'll
right.
be impossible to keep it there.
Okay, photographer, videographer needed. Hello there. We'll be traveling in May for our honeymoon and we'll be looking for a videographer slash photographer, amateur or professional, male or female, willing to help us create something exotic, erotic, and have a memorable experience for our honeymoon. We're both Asian and attractive. I'm 5'11", 175 pounds, and she is 5'4", 110 pounds, fit and full of energy, both in our 20s. This will be our first time ever having a third person in the room with us. So her comfort is top priority. What we'll need from you are the following. Oh gosh, your age, height, weight, skill level with video? Are you willing to be nude during the time? If she's comfortable with, would you want to join to the action? Your samples of what you've created on your own.
Like nude?
A photo of yourself, face and body nude, preferable. Please provide as much information as you can in your response, and thanks for your time.
No pay.
Oh gosh.
So no pay means that you have to go with these people to their honeymoon location on your own cost. They're throwing in that there might be a threesome, but probably not. This is weird to begin
This is the
with.
weirdest thing.
They're
Oh
expecting you to send nudes before they send theirs. That's another issue I have there.
my.
So like they could have done like a censored or like, like a non-revealing tasteful nude they call it, just to show their body types if they bother putting the weights and demographic and all that. What the heck is this, Nate? What is this? What this is like, is this an actual troll post or is this serious? I can't tell. It's got too much serious detail in it.
Yeah, it's got to be a troll to just have you send your stuff. I don't know.
Like
Yeah, it's
like
weird, but it's so specific. Yeah.
like I can't and because like I there's freaky people that are into this kind of stuff probably. They um yeah, it's just like who would take this up? Like again, if you're 14, you're like, yeah, nudes, yeah. Like no, this is like gross and weird and not no pay and what do you do with this? Do you put it in your like you can't
That's
put this in your portfolio.
that is the weirdest one that I think you've ever shown me. So,
Oh, I have one that's equally bad. Um, that's on the same. Where is it? There's literally one. Yeah, I named this one "Horny Clients." It's literally like the same thing. Like they're like seeking female to film
mm.
homemade prawn videos, no sex involved. Like, well, it's a prawn video. Have you ever wanted to add professional pornographer to your CV? And know that your prospective employer could call the reference and confirm. Like he can look it up and do his thing, do it, and 100% true and not a lie and very true. What is this wording? Totally not a lie at all. Well, today you're in luck, my friend. This sounds like such a huge scam that I'm terrified. This sounds like how girls get abducted and prostituted. I don't know. Because they're
Mm.
looking for a female to do this. My
Mm.
girlfriend and I in our 20s, again, like they're so specific with their thing. And whatever. They don't like just filming themselves they want different positions, different angles. You can even direct the shoot. Filming experience could potentially be a turn on for you. We'd also like to have some nice photos of us in the park daylight before going home to shoot the video. We want a female because this is the only respectable sentence here. We want a female because I'd be more comfortable for us and not potentially threatening. Most dudes would probably think this is an indirect invitation to a three-way. Not the case. We're not doing that. Also, we think a woman's sensibilities would be better for the shoot. Yeah, that's reasonable. They're paying 150 for this, but plus some beers. But like, what is what how like there's horny clients you have to watch out for.
I think that'd be pretty easily avoidable for someone starting their freelance career. They're not gonna think,
It could also be an in like because this is what I've heard from a few of the other videographers. If you get in this industry, you're locked in there. Like
mm,
you'll get consistent work, but you won't have anything for your portfolio, and there's no coming back from this pretty much. They do pay
mm.
well though, because it's such a big industry. Um, but do you want to do that? Is your significant other going to be okay with that? When people ask you what do, you just say you film very intimate moments for people, and they're gonna think like, "Oh, wedding videos," and you're like,
Mm.
"No, what comes after?"
Mhm.
Oh man.
Yikes.
The
And you
list.
got more of these,
I
but yeah.
I got more, but it's. Oh, this one's horrible. I have to do this one. Wanna
Okay,
be
then we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, yeah, we gotta go to bed. I know. Wanna be actress, reality star, plain or gorgeous. Look, women 18 to about 30 wanted for a low budget reality movie. Is there something interesting about you? Are you talkative? Can you easily chat with others? Can you talk by yourself on camera? Want to try? Because this is low budget, not that many people will be interested. This gives you a better chance. What next level logic is this? They're like acknowledging they're like this is crap pay, so no one's gonna apply for it. That's why you have 100% chance. Like you're literally telling a person you're trash and other people are not gonna take this, so why don't you do it when no one else will? You
Hmm.
won't know until you try. If interested, respond with a bit about yourself. Like, there's so many of these posts that just make me feel like, please value yourself. Don't undervalue. Don't undercharge and don't undercut. Please.
Yep.
And we'll finish off with you reading this. This is a nice summary of film industry terms. Can you read that?
Mm.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Yeah. So here's a bunch of things that all mean no pay. Whenever you hear collaboration, that's a big one I see a lot. Assistant, seeking film student, micro budget, food and IMDb credits, internship, team up. We have some A-listers signed on. Improve your portfolio. Really simple shoot. Yeah, it's always really simple. The first of many projects. Yeah, you've touched on that.
Oh yeah.
Building your reel. We'll be shopping this project to major distributors. Non-union, food provided, equipment provided, valuable production experience, web series, student film, make great contacts, true artists, huge opportunity,
Huge.
award director, anything in all caps, spec, desperate need of I'm producing, we are a small company, deferred, and of course, getting paid in exposure.
Oh man. Yeah. Good luck paying your rent with exposure.
Yeah. And now, as we've seen, you can add launching YouTube channel to that.
Yeah. Upcoming Kickstarters. Another one. I haven't seen
Oh,
many of
yeah.
those recently, but those were a
Mhm.
lot in my first year. It's like upcoming Kickstarter. Oh, once we make money, then like. Anyway, this has been Nate and Doran begging you to be brave and do not undervalue, underprice, or undercut yourself. You can do it if you've listened to all 13 and a half podcast episodes. We believe in you. You are Nate and Doran accredited. Our seal of approval, you can put that on your resume to reverse fluff these guys and say, like, I watch podcasts and I'm very knowledgeable about stuff. So thank you for watching. And yeah, leave us comments with some of the most ridiculous things you've ever seen on a paid gig board.
Mhm. And be sure to subscribe to not miss an episode of the Nate and Doran podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever you use to listen to podcasts. This has been Nate and Doran. Thank you for watching and listening.